So you can see how firm it is. See how nice and firm it is. Smooth and slight tang to it, just the way we like it. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make yogurt when you're using the Ninja Foodi Smartlid over here. So basically what you do is you turn it on, set it to yogurt, and then we'll set the time. I like it for right around 10.5 hours. I think minimum is like 8.5, 9 hours. And then you go up from there. The longer you extend the time up, the more tardier the yogurt's going to be. But I find 10.5 hours is just the way we like it. So I usually make 8 cups at a time. So I just poured cold milk into up to the 8-cup line. That's 2 quarts. And so far, since we've had this Ninja Smartlid over here, we probably made about 140 batches of yogurt. So that's about 70 gallons. And I've just used only 2 starters. You know, you can freeze the starter and then just defrost it and put it into yogurt. But when I froze the starter, the yogurt never solidified. So I had to start over with my starter. So I went out and bought a cup of plain yogurt, and then I started out with that starter, and then I've been using that same starter ever since. So that's it. So what we'll do at this point in time, all you do is just hit start. You see, you can start boiling or start heating up the milk. And then once it reaches a certain temperature, then it's going to start cooling it down to the point where you could add the starter. So I'll come back to you as soon as I hear the beep. Now, 2 hours before the beep, you know, I could kind of time it that way. I'll take out my starter base, put it on the counter, and just slowly warm up to room temperature. So it takes about 3.5 hours for this to heat up the milk to kill off any bacteria and germs. And then it's going to slowly cool it down to the point where it's right around 100 some odd degrees, and then we could add a starter in it. Well, it's about 2 hours away from adding the starter in. You can see it's still cooling down. I took this out of the refrigerator and started letting it warm up to room temperature. But as you can see, the starter has some liquid whey on top. I like to discard that because I want my yogurt to be on a more solid side. So I'll just drain this off and continue letting this thing cool down for probably another hour and a half to go yet. So I just want to show you what the starter looks like, and that we're just going to drain off the excess whey. Well, it's been exactly 3.5 hours, and it beeped and says it's time to stir in the starter mix. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll start adding in the starter mix here. And we'll just put like 1/3 in one side, 1/3 in the other side, and the rest in. Give it a couple swirls like this so we get the starter mix blended in real nice. Don't overmix it. Now, as you're moving this thing around, you may pick up some of the film, the stir stick, but that's fine. We'll drop the lid back down. Once we put the lid back down, it's flashing 10.5 hours. Click the start button. And now it's going to start fermenting. 10.5 hours from now, the yogurt should be done. So it's going to be overnight. So when I wake up tomorrow morning, we'll fire this up again and see what this yogurt looks like. The yogurt's done. It's been overnight, so we're going to open this thing up. And here's our yogurt. You can see we got some liquid on top. That's the whey. And you can leave it in if you want to, but I like to drain it off. So I'll drain it off first and then get back to you and put it in our storage container and put it in the refrigerator, cool down. And then a couple hours, once it cools down, it's also going to firm up a little more. But I just want to drain off the excess whey. So basically, you just take a spoon and just drain it off. This is just liquid protein. I mean, you could strain it on a cheesecloth or something like that, and then it becomes Greek yogurt. So that's the only difference between Greek yogurt and regular yogurt, is getting rid of the excess liquid. So you can see how firm it is. It's not bad for having the same starter base for almost 2 years, you know. So the total cost of yogurt is just 1/2 gallon of milk, and that's it. So I made a 1/2 gallon yogurt for right around $1.50. Yogurt's good for you. Dogs like yogurt. Just want to make sure you get all the excess liquid out. Okay, I drained off maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons. First thing we'll do is we're going to make our starter. So we'll take our empty cuppy here and we'll just scoop it out. And this is going to be our starter for the next one, right around 1/2 cup here. We'll put this in the coldest part of the refrigerator. This is going to take maybe about a week or so to start making a new batch. And we'll take our 2 containers here and we'll start just scooping this thing out. And I like to alternate. You can see how nice and thick this thing is. Really, really thick. And then once you put it in the refrigerator, it will cool down and become even more thicker. This is good, the nice consistency. Now you alternate scooping it in. Both batches will be consistent because as you get down to the bottom, it's going to be a little more liquidy because it's some of the whey is still on the bottom. And it's very solid. We started at half a gallon. We almost got a half a gallon back. We lost a little bit on whey. Some is left on the bottom of the pan here. That's just scalded milk. That just comes right off, like rubbing because it's non-stick naturally. We put this in the refrigerator a couple hours. You know, you're pretty much set to eat. You can mix in your ingredients now or do it later, but it's not bad for almost 2 years using the same starter base here. And it's that simple to make yogurt in the Ninja. Total cost is the cost of half a gallon of milk, and that's right around $1.50. So $1.50 we made a half a gallon of yogurt. Okay, this is our yogurt. It's been in the refrigerator all afternoon, so it's probably set up. Like I says, once you put it in the refrigerator, it's gonna firm up a little bit, and there it is. We just put in a bowl. You see how nice and firm it is. Yeah. Smooth and slight tang to it, just the way we like it. So that's my demonstration of how easy it is to make a yogurt in a Foodi. So no need to go out and run into the store and spending $3, $4 for a quart like this, and it only cost me 75 cents for this quart. I hope you found this video informative. Please click the like button. When you have a chance, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.